Hello guys, so last year I was just chilling in my Discord server when someone asked me the question, how long would it take to drink the entire ocean? And well, if you know me, I had to not only answer the question, but I was going to take it a step further. Before we get into the video, I just wanted to quickly say, most of this is just going to be me rambling on about numbers and stuff, so if that's not interesting to you, then I don't know, go watch one of our other videos. Anyways, on with this one. Okay, so in order to answer our original question, how long would it take to drink the entire ocean, we need to set some groundwork, build a foundation. Our first step is finding out how much water the average human can drink in one day. And you may be thinking, well, it's a lie, isn't it? I mean, you just spend all your time drinking, right? Wrong. Because it is actually possible to drink too much water. It's called overhydration. It's actually quite dangerous. Now, the actual amount one can drink in a day can vary greatly depending on the person, but I'm just gonna assume that you can drink 6 liters of water a day, which is completely possible for the average human, although it's still a lot. Our next step is finding out how many liters are in the ocean. A good starting point would be deciding which ocean we're going to use for this experiment. I live on the west coast of the United States, so I'm going to be using the Pacific Ocean. It also happens that the Pacific is the largest ocean in the world, so if we can drink that, we can drink anything. With a quick Google search, we can find that the Pacific Ocean contains roughly 714 million kilometers. But meters aren't liters. Luckily, I took chemistry, so converting it shouldn't be too hard. After some calculating, I found that 1 kilometer contains 1 trillion liters. That's 1 with 12 zeros. Okay, so that's a lot, but if you remember, the Pacific Ocean has 714 million of these. So 714 million times 1 trillion. That's this much. I'm too lazy to figure out how to say that. So now all we have to do is divide that by 6, the number of liters one person can drink in a day. When we do that insane equation, we get 1.19 with 20 zeros after it. We can divide that by 365 to find the number of years, and we get 3.258042, and it goes on a while, with 17 zeros behind it, or 325 octillion. So that's it. You would need 325 octillion years, 4.5 quadrillion lifetimes to drink the Pacific Ocean. So it's basically hopeless. Unless you're immortal, there is no physical way someone can drink an ocean. But I had an idea. There's not just one person on Earth. You can see where I'm going here, but taking the population of the world would just be boring, and frankly too easy. So I decided to find the population of people living on Pacific coastline. First I had to find every country that borders the Pacific Ocean, and here's that list. It's a lot, 44 to be exact. Now I need to find how many people from each of these countries lived near the Pacific. This turned out to be extremely difficult to find without me doing a bunch of research in math, and I mean a lot. Finally, I gave up and decided to use 29% of a country's population, the percentage of people that live on coastlines as a whole. It's not perfect, but it's the best I can do. So now came the task of finding the total population of those 44 countries. It took an hour, but eventually I got my answer. 3 billion. Honestly, more than I expected. So now we need to find 29% of that, which is 889 million. That is how many people live on Pacific coastline. Now we multiply that by 6 because each of these people can drink 6 liters a day, and we get 5 billion. Also, I forgot to mention this, but we're assuming that the ocean is somehow purified because that would be a whole other issue in itself. Now we take our total number of liters, that, and we divide it by the number we just got, 5 billion. This gives us 133 billion days, or 366 million years. To put that in perspective, dinosaurs were on Earth 65 million years ago. This is over 5 times that. Even if everyone in a country bordering the Pacific started drinking it today, it would take over 106 million years. Okay, well, what if we say the whole world gets together to help drink? It would still take 43 million years. So how many people would it take to drink the entire Pacific Ocean in, let's say, a year? It would take 325 octillion people. That is an insane number. Each dot on your screen represents 1 quintillion Earths. That is how many it would take. I hope this puts into perspective just how ridiculously large our oceans are. As one last fun calculation, I decided to find out how long it would take the world population to drink all of our oceans. It would take roughly 84 million years for all 7.6 billion of us to drink all our oceans. That's basically all the math I have for you today. I hope you learned something. If you enjoyed this new style of video, please consider subscribing. We're trying to reach 1,000 in 2021. Anyways, have a wonderful day and stay hydrated.